Day 2. It starts with a vision. Visualizing is a mental process governed by the reasoning or conscious mind. Visioning is a spiritual process governed by intuition or the superconscious mind. Florence Scovel Shinn. The complete works of Florence Scovel Shinn. Today we will talk about the power of your vision and how the manifestation process starts. In the coming weeks, we will walk through the steps to bring your vision to life. But today is all about the process of focusing on your visions. This is not the time to limit yourself. Today, I invite you to really go there. As creative beings, we have the power to envision our lives. If you want or desire something in your life and you don't have it, you can close your eyes and imagine yourself in a different reality. We have the power to dream something better for ourselves with our creative and imaginative minds. I was a child who grew up in the 1980s and 90s, before social media, and I'm so grateful for that. I came of age during a time when I had to use my imagination to visualize the characters in books. I didn't have the luxury to Google images online and have the images of the characters be presented to me. So when I read Harry Potter books for the first time, before the movies came out, I could see in my mind's eye what Harry, Hermione, and Ron looked like. I could see what Hogwarts would be like just in my mind. I created worlds with just my imagination. When I think about that now, it actually amazes me that this was how we process content. I remember playing outside all day, building forts and playing pirates and mermaids, which is the reason I believe I have such powerful visualization abilities. Children's imaginations are amazing, and my hope is that a reliance on technological devices and social media isn't taken away from that. But even though I'm skeptical, I hope the kind of imagery young people find online will help them visualize even more. Some of us can conjure up a vision through a visualization meditation, a vision board, affirmations, scripting, or even just walking through your dream neighborhood. I say try it all and see what method helps you feel it in your body. My friend and college roommate works for Mercedes-Benz, and she always drives the top-of-the-line cars. One time I asked to drive her car so that I could experience the feeling of grabbing the steering wheel. I wanted to feel and smell the luxurious leather seat underneath my legs, see the lights and the advanced technology only in luxury cars. I wanted to really feel with all of my senses what it was like to drive a fancy car, to have a visual and a visceral feeling. And while I still don't have a fancy car for more eco-friendly reasons, it was a feeling I will never forget. After driving her car, I could immediately re-visualize myself in that situation. Sometimes when I really need a boost, I'll go to open houses in my dream neighborhoods or go on a real estate site like Zillow.com, and I'll pretend that I'm looking for my dream home just so I can have the experience and feel the sensations of it in my body. This is an important step. You use visualization to feel what you're imagining. It's a great way to trick your subconscious mind into thinking that what you desire is really happening. More on your subconscious mind later. In 2007, when I moved home from San Diego after getting my master's in psychology, I had to start paying back my student loans. It was the beginning of a hard time, but I wanted to have dreams to work toward, so I decided to make a vision board. This was the first time I ever created a vision board, and I let my imagination go wild. I went there. I put a photo of a West Village apartment on the board because since I was a little girl, my dream had been to live in a cute and quaint apartment among artists and poets, which was how I imagined the village vibe would be. I added a keychain of the Eiffel Tower that a friend had given me from her most recent trip because it was my dream to go to Paris too. I wrote myself a check for $100,000 on that board because I had heard a story about Jim Carrey writing himself a $10 million check at the beginning of his career. If you don't know this story, stop reading this right now and Google videos of Jim Carrey talking to Oprah about how he manifested $10 million by writing himself a check. He would stare at it every day until he got paid out for his role in The Mask. Anyway, back to my story. I added a ton of stuff to the board, including travel photos because I wanted to see more of the world. I'm not saying all of my dreams came true at once because they didn't, but it all happened eventually. It didn't all happen in the way that I thought it would either, but it did. When my life began moving in the direction of the vision board I had created, I began to truly believe that when you envision something and focus your attention on it, It will all unfold on divine timing. One thing to note though, I didn't obsess over it. I didn't spend my days asking myself, where is it? And evaluating how much closer each day brought me to the life I wanted. I just knew it would all happen in time, and it did. So many people I know don't allow themselves to dream big because they don't believe it will happen. They don't believe it's possible for them, which is why I ask, well, why not? You believed as a kid. I know you believed because children always live in the present moment, and they are able to imagine. As a kid, you probably made castles out of cardboard boxes. Why is it so wrong to aspire to great things right now, even though you don't necessarily know each step you'll take towards making that happen? This kind of self-limiting is why I believe we have to be wary of social media consumption. Learn to live in your own mind. When we engage excessively with social media, we are constantly fed marketing that reinforces what we think we want and need and drowns out the vision coming from within us. Right now, maybe you have visions and dreams, but you don't believe that they'll come to pass. Just remember that having those visions and dreams is the first step. That's how it all starts. Visions come alive when you believe in them and you have the courage to act on them. So tap into what your mind and body are really reaching toward and turn away from what is imposed on you by external messaging. I want to share this manifestation story with you from Felicia Cocotson Ruiz, who was a guest on my podcast. She is a kitchen curandera, healer, and author. I don't know how to say that. Her story is a perfect example of the power of a vision coming to life on a vision board. I was pretty floored by how similarly we manifest, because she is also a visual manifester. In other words, the power of a physical representation helps her bring her dreams to life. Felicia wanted to manifest being on a TV show because she felt called to be more in the public eye so that she could share her ancestral wisdom. Her intention was and continues to help people heal with earth medicines. During one of her meditations, she even received a name, Padma. She went on her computer and Googled the name Padma. She recognized Padma Lakshmi, who was an Indian-American author, activist, model, and TV host of Top Chef. Felicia put a picture of Padma on her desktop, and every day when she opened her computer, she would say, "Hello, Padma, I can't wait to meet you." 6 months later, a producer from the show Taste of the Nation, created by Padma Lakshmi, invited Felicia to be on her show. Felicia shared that she knew in every cell in her body that she was going to meet Padma and that she was going to be on a TV show. She just didn't know how and when. When she finally met Padma while they were filming, Felicia showed Padma her vision board, which of course included the photo of Padma herself. All of the things on that vision board eventually came true. Felicia still uses this technique with great success. Even now, she uses Pinterest and creates digital vision boards, which is a fun and easy process that I like to do myself.